Hi, I'm Laura Flanders of The Laura Flanders Show. Watch every week on Free Speech TV, Link TV, YouTube, or if you're in New York, CUNY TV. Prefer to listen? Subscribe to the free podcast at lauraflanders.com. I end every week with a commentary. I call it the F word. Here's this week's. Donald Trump is certainly deadly serious about harassing, intimidating, vilifying, and removing all those he considers subversive. And his immigration program is just a start. More than 2 million people were deported under the 8 years of the Obama presidency. That's greater than any preceding administration. The scope of Trump's plan builds on the law that Obama left in place and expands enforcement with thousands of new agents and enlisting the already expanded forces of local police and sheriffs. The targets, the White House says, are those people who are in this country and pose a threat to our public or have committed a crime. Note the phrasing. No crime is actually required other than posing a threat. We're talking about a dragnet of the sort last seen in the 1950s. Operation Wetback not only rounded up and carted off over 1 million people in brutal conditions a congressional inquiry later compared to slave ships, and was fueled by a Red Scare, the same scare that was also targeting labor organizers, civil rights activists, and early environmentalists at the time. Then, anti-communism fanned the flames of anti-immigrant paranoia. Communists were said to be flooding across the border. Today it's rapists and terrorists, criminals. The same criminals, let's recall, whom Americans have been taught to fear for years already, justifying the militarization of our borders, our police forces, our schools, our streets, and in a different sense, our media and Hollywood. As we know from history, all those institutions can work seamlessly together to effectively suspend the Constitution for all of us, given enough public panic. Republicans in general, and Trump, Bannon, and Pence in particular, seem to love the 50s, and implicitly the Cold War, wetback, Jim Crow, Father Knows Best McCarthyism all those years brought. Although he declined to name it, the president praised Eisenhower's deportation drive in the debates last year. The witch hunts and migrant panics divided liberals and the left, split the labor and civil rights movements, and held back the coming together of a movement of movements that is so urgently needed at this moment. The beneficiaries then and now are pretty obvious. The ones to gain are big business, especially big agriculture, big prison, big war machine, and big police. Anyone, in fact, who profits off a poor and relatively powerless pool of workers. Who's hurt? Well, everyone else. So doesn't that put an awful lot of people in the same big boat? Think about it. Write to me, tell me what you think. That's Laura, Laura, at lauraflanders.com, and subscribe.